Today, I'm going to show you exactly what goes into building a brand. This is the part that nobody tells you about. If you've ever wanted to start something of your own, you should watch this. Today, I'll be showing you this first step I've been taking to building my brand. This is part 1 of building my clothing brand from scratch. This video will talk about and break down how I actually got my first product made. The mistakes, the samples, the manufacturers, all the behind the work that nobody sees. If you're thinking about building a brand or building something of your own, or you just want to follow a journey from the very beginning, you should watch this. This is where it all starts. To start, you need a product. So this is how I ordered mine. Before actually dropping my first product, I had to figure out how to actually get the product made. And honestly, that alone felt like starting a whole business from scratch. I had no idea where to begin. So I spent weeks looking for manufacturers, looking at their past work, all their samples and what they've done before. It was endless photos and communication. I was messaging back and forth constantly, explaining my vision, sending references, asking for quotes, asking follow-up questions because half the time answers didn't make sense to what I was really asking. For me, I scoured countless hours on Alibaba looking for people, and the amount of suppliers I contacted I don't even know, and the amount of times I shared my vision with them and they couldn't really do it was a lot of times. And now that was mostly because of my denim set, and now I'm not even going to be releasing that. So it's just sometimes you put in all this work and it feels like you're losing steps and you're going backwards. But now finally my preparation is going to meet my final goal, which is dropping. So you have to forget about that. The denim says in the future now. I'm sure you will have something similar. There's probably going to be some sort of hiccup along the way. Not everything goes perfectly, but it's once you make the mistake and you move past it that you're actually learning and growing in your brand or your idea. So for me, you're just keep putting the work in for it and keep doing it. So after talking to all these people and all these suppliers and manufacturers, I finally found the one. After I ordered my first set of samples and they finally shipped. After a lot of miscommunications and a couple mistakes on both ends, I finally had them shipped. You're gonna realize that certain things are off and you're gonna have to address those and fix those because you don't wanna receive it and have issues already. Literally everything you can imagine happened, and I had to go through it all as someone who is brand new. So being able to explain this to somebody and help them in the future will be very valuable as someone who didn't have any support going through it at first. For a long time, I felt like I was putting in this work and nothing was matching the quality or the vision that was in my head. So it's kind of hard to go from having a vision to bringing it to real life. So it's all good to have an idea and to know what you're looking for, but for someone to exactly take it and bring it into the real world is difficult. But eventually, after a lot of trial and error, patience, and honestly a bit of luck, I found a manufacturer who finally understood what I was really looking for. Someone who could deliver on quality. And I wasn't looking for anything in a rush. And they wanted everything to be exactly the way I wanted. It was very meticulous, which was what I was looking for, because I didn't want to spend all this time, money on a product and it didn't reflect what I was envisioning. When the samples finally came in, everything had lined up. The quality, the fit, the feel, the stitching, everything was perfect. I held the pieces in my hand and it really felt like it was clicking. It was an amazing feeling to start. It felt like the first time where my idea was brought into the real world. It's amazing because it starts as something intangible, and once you receive like something that you thought of in your head, in your hand, and they do a perfect job, it's an amazing feeling, honestly. That's when I knew I was ready to drop something and I wanted to get it done now. Not rushed, not half done. And now that you have this step, you have to promote your product. Now that you have something that you want to sell. So to promote this drop, I've been focusing on building the hype, not just dropping a product out of nowhere, right? But actually bringing people along for the process. I've been showing behind the scenes clips, teasing little details about the product, and letting people see how much time and effort went into building this up. I've been planning, shooting content, doing photo shoots, fit videos, lifestyle shots, everything that helps people understand the identity, the vibe of the brand. I'm filming TikToks, Instagram clips, even this full video you're watching right now, just to show the real journey, not just the final outcome. It's really easy for someone to see a journey once it's complete, but to be able to go along with somebody in the process, I think will be much more valuable, because you could learn from what I'm doing. Even if my steps don't help you exactly, you could see how it could be impactful of what I'm doing, right? So being able to understand someone's journey from the base level will be much more impactful than someone who's already done it, trying to tell you what they did. I'm doing it right now, and I'm showing you as I go. I'm posting the design details, samples, the tags, the packaging, all of it. And I'm talking directly to the people who support the brand, because I want them to feel like they're part of it, because you are part of it. That's the whole point for me. I'm not just trying to sell a piece of clothing. I'm trying to sell an idea. I'm trying to create a community of people who are like-minded and want to create the same way I do. And they don't maybe have the skills or understanding for it. I want to teach you how to do it, because it's possible. Who am I to do it, right? I had to learn it myself. So why can't you learn it too? Anybody can do that. So I want to show people that this brand is a vision behind the understanding that anybody can do it. So you can do it too. And I think that's the most important thing about my brand. In front of the product is the idea. And people always ask, is there really a perfect time to drop? No, there's not a perfect time to drop. The perfect moment just doesn't exist. You have to create the moment. If you're gonna spend your whole time waiting for the right moment, it's not gonna come, and you're gonna keep delaying and procrastinating yourself, because the right moment isn't just gonna show up. You have to create that moment for yourself, and that will be your right moment. There's always something you could improve, build on, or fix before you drop the product. You're always gonna find something new, something you could tweak and think, maybe I should wait a little longer. But the point is, you're not selling the most perfect item. No one is gonna think your item is perfect except you. That's the truth. People are gonna like your product, but that doesn't mean that it's perfect. So if you're looking for it and it's not perfect, but it's great and you think it embodies your vision, that is more important to me. If it follows your vision, but you get it in hand and you're like, you know what, maybe I could change this one small thing, it doesn't matter. It's not a big deal. There's never going to be a perfect time. What actually matters is just having something you genuinely believe in, something where the quality feels right, the idea is solid, and you've been consistent with how you promote it. That's the real version of perfect timing, when your work meets preparation. Like, if you just keep preparing and creating and promoting, and your product comes in and you have a following of people who are supporting you, that's your perfect timing. People, product, and they met. That's all it means. That's perfect timing. For me, I didn't want to just drop. Wait until the product matched the standard I had in my head, and until the story behind it felt clear to me. Once those two things lined up, the quality and the meaning, that's when I knew it was time. And even for me, I'm missing two products that were really the vision behind my brand at first, behind the creative aspect, and I'm not even gonna have those for my launch. And this is one of those things that you're thinking about, that you're like, oh, I'll just wait. There's no point waiting. You know you have the idea and you have the vision for it, it'll come. It means we'll get your products that you can out right now, and then that could fund this, right? So I know I'll be able to get that set out, the denim set, but right now it's just about focusing on what I have to be able to drop and promoting that. Even though it started with the denim set as the initial vision, my first drop will be without it. And the first thing I ended up receiving was these hats, which I never even intended on having in my first collection. So for me, I started with a denim set. I'm not even gonna have that for my first drop. And the first thing I received completely, let me know what you think, is the hat, right? So you just never know where you will end up in this perfect timing. Because right now for me, it will be for perfect timing. My preparation will meet with when I receive my clothes, because I'm preparing for that to come. So no, there isn't a perfect moment on the calendar. As much as I've been trying to work towards a certain date, it's just not gonna always happen. You might have some delays with manufacturing and your supplier, so you cannot count on a specific day, but it's just about being ready for when the day will come. But there is a moment that where everything you've built finally feels ready. And that's what being prepared is for. That's the moment when you go for it. Whenever it's possible and somewhat aligned, just do it. If you keep waiting for the perfect moment, you'll keep finding flaws, and that's going to allow you to procrastinate, keeping you from the real progress, which is doing and producing, so you can find what needs fixing and adjusting after. So when it's possible to drop and release, share your vision, just get it done. For me, in this drop, I'm really focusing on posting content that will reflect the vision behind my brand. I want to show the identity behind my brand. What makes my brand mine, not just the product itself. Anyone can post a picture of clothes, but I want people to understand the feeling, the aesthetic, and the mindset of what I'm creating, because that is the first thing to sell, not just a product. The idea behind the product is what sells. So I've been planning a mix of content, lifestyle shots, showing how pieces fit into normal contexts and everyday contexts, so people can actually see how it fits on the body as well, and a lot of behind the scenes footage of me working on my brand. I'm also trying to do storytelling clips as well, talking about the design, why I made certain pieces, meaning behind the piece, and what it represents for the first drop. I want people to feel connected to my process, not just a product, because it's impossible to be connected to something physical, like a shirt. It's impossible. But when you can connect with people's ideas, it makes you feel much more connected to somebody. And the product is just a reflection of my ideas. When someone sees the content, I want to understand the why. Like, why does my piece exist in this world when there's so many other hats and shirts and things like this, right? Why I chose a fabric, why the fit matters, why the brand has the look and vibe that it does. What is that in terms of a reflection of my brand? Why does it have that? It's not just a promotion, it's building a visual world around my brand so people can see themselves in it, because before you see yourself in the world that I'm creating, it's harder to buy a product. So right now I'm planning to drop my products and do a hard launch early January, hopefully first or second week. This is the first ever product from my brand, and it marks the start of everything I've been working toward for over a year now. It's taken months of planning, designing, fixing mistakes, reworking ideas, and getting the quality exactly where I wanted it to be. And now it's finally ready, despite some missing pieces, of course, but those will be on the way. For me, this release is not random. It's the first real step. Well, I won't say real step, but it's the first major step in being able to share my vision with people, because I've been working towards building and creating this vision already, but it's my first step in being able to share it with people, which I think will be very important. And that's the reason behind it. I wanted to share my vision with people. That's why I'm creating a video like this. I've been excited for people to see what I've been building behind the scenes for this whole time. And I'm even more excited to see people styling it, wearing it, and being part of my brand from day one. I think that'll be so valuable to me, just being able to share my creative vision with people and have people feel connected and like-minded people to connect through my brand. That's the main vision for me, having people and creatives being able to share their vision and their inspiration through like a hat. It's so valuable to me. Like, if I could see someone wearing my hat, I know what they're thinking. I know that their mindset is a mindset of success and creativity. They want to do something creative, and I want this hat to represent that. So this drop is just the beginning, and there's so much more coming after that. So far, that's everything that's gone into my first drop. It's been a long process, but I'm proud of where I'm at. So I'll keep you updated with when the product's gonna first officially drop on my launch date. Make sure you sign up on the website to stay updated, because people will be invited to my launch party. Thanks for tapping into the video. More updates and behind the scenes are coming, as well as a part 2 to this video, so stay tuned for that. Make sure to like, subscribe, and stay up to date. Catch you in the next one.